Back to chapter 3. Remember, we're looking at traditions, we're looking at rules, we're looking at words that are used in strange or unusual ways, and we're looking at foreshadowing. So keep your notes, your T-charts available, and also the questions that I've sent you so that you can make notes while we read. Chapter 3. Oh, look, Lily squealed in delight. Isn't he cute? Look how tiny he is, and he has funny eyes, like yours, Jonas. Jonas glared at her. He didn't like it that she mentioned his eyes. He waited for his father to chastise Lily, but father was busy unstrapping the carrying basket from the back of his bicycle. Jonas walked over to look. It was the first thing Jonas noticed as he looked at the new child. Peering up curiously from the basket, the pale eyes. So remember, the society or the community in The Giver is trying to create a place where everything is the same so that there are no bad memories. And this is one of the reasons for all of the rules. Jonas is different and the child is different because they both have pale eyes. Everyone else has dark eyes. So it makes Jonas uncomfortable for people to point this out because it makes him different. Almost every citizen in the community had dark eyes. His parents did, and Lily did, and so did all his group members and friends. But there were a few exceptions. Jonas himself, and a female 5 who he had noticed had the different, lighter eyes. No one mentioned such things. It was not a rule, but was considered rude, to call attention to things that were unsettling or different about individuals. Lily, he decided, would have to learn that soon, or she would be called in for chastisement because of her insensitive chatter. Father put his bike into its port. Then he picked up the basket and carried it into the house. Lily followed behind, but she glanced back over her shoulder at Jonas and teased. Maybe he had the same birth mother as you. Remember, we were talking about words, and here we see the word birth mother. Normally, we would just say mom or mother, but the birth mother shows that the woman who cares for Jonas is not the woman who gave him life. And we'll learn more about birth mothers later on. Jonas shrugged. He followed them inside, but he had been startled by the new child's eyes. Mirrors were rare in the community. They weren't forbidden, but there was no real need of them. And Jonas had simply never bothered to look at himself very often, even when he found himself in a location where a mirror existed. So think about this, a place with no mirrors. Oftentimes, people like to take selfies, but now we live in a place where they don't even look in the mirror. Now, seeing the new child and its expression, Hugh was reminded that the light eyes were not only a rarity, but gave the one who had them a certain look. What was it? Depth, he decided, as if one were looking into clear water of the river, down to the bottom, where things might lurk which hadn't been discovered yet. Interesting. Here we have some foreshadowing about his eyes and what might be lurking underneath. He felt self-conscious, realizing that he had that look too.